all my earthly treasure I would gladly give. Teach me how to love and how to share. Greed and lust and vanity were mine, Lord. Then I found your love divine. Now on my knees I pray I'll find a way. Let me walk through paradise with you. Oh, my Lord, my Savior, guide my feet along that lonesome road. Faith, hope, and love will find a way before me. Let me walk through paradise with you. I will remember you through the cold of the winter night. And if I be ever blue, I'll sing this song of you. Please save your kisses for me. Darling, smile while I am away. And on this sunny still day, I'll wear your ginger lace. I'd like to tell you a funny thing happened. Our show ran for a long time. And Paddy, of course, he thought, I played this thing now because of Paddy. And we play up at the university. It was real windy. And we opened up the books. We had 4 dancers ready to go. And looked at me and said, let's go. And we started playing. Of course, I played the wrong key. He was going, we played almost the whole verse before that and me. But after that, he kicked me in the legs. Paddy, I love you. You're my brother. We've been together for a long time. He always tells me, New Zealand and Maori were good until you Samoans moved in. He always tells me. Well, I'm not one of those Samoans. I was born in Navy housing. I was never associated with Samoan people. Thank you very much for listening.
Hello, Malo. Have I love it then? All right. So you guys have all seen the high five stuff. You may have seen some other pictures if you weren't familiar with some of the local bands that my dad played with. The one for the longest time was Tiffany, which you would have seen in group pictures, which is its heyday. It was in the 80s. And so my brother and I, we were kids during that time. So we very much grew up with Tiffany and being dragged to different bars when we were like my daughter's age, as they were playing gigs around. And so in between these shows, my dad would always be playing tapes of their performances, because he'd always have cassettes of that. So we would get to listen to Tiffany tapes all the time. So we're very much into it. But for us, we grew up, they're very much, like aunts and uncles in that sense, are very much extended family, so their kids and us, we'd always be together. Kay's son, Burke, is one of my best friends, ever. But we always had those connections, just like how we're connected with the High Five kids as well, Mary's children as well. But Dad really enjoyed his time, playing with Tiffany, and I just love it that these guys are here today.
I thought you were one of my kids. We used to celebrate holidays together. Jim and I, I'm Kate Paulson, Jim Hannon. Jim was brought on board when one of the guys left the band, and while this is not a Christian song, this is one that Paddy would have loved.
Paddy sang it with us.
He sang it with us.
That's right, he had the third part.
Harmony.
Harmony, as you would say. Funny thing about Paddy, On this song, I tell Mark about this, I did tell him about the other day. Paddy would always write out music, and he would always write the arrangements out. And I wasn't a big country fan when I first joined Tiffany, and Tiffany did play a lot of country music. And he wrote out the lyrics and the chords for this next song I'm going to do, or Kay and I will do. And the song is called "You're the Reason God Made Oklahoma." And Paddy wrote on my sheet that he gave me for the lyrics was, "You're the reason God made Kawasaki." And that's how he was. He was always funny.
Now, Jim has been playing, so you have to forgive me because my voice is not, well, if it ever was good, it's not good.
So here goes nothing. There's a full moon over Tulsa. I hope that it's shining on you. The nights are getting cold here in Cherokee County. The Blue Northern's passing through. I remember green eyes and the rancher's daughter. Memories is all that I do. Losing you left a pretty good couple, nothing to hold on to. Sundown came and I drove to town, drank a drink or two. You're the reason God made Oklahoma. You're the reason God made Oklahoma. And I'm sure missing you. And I'm sure missing you. Hear the city lights outshine the moon. I was just now thinking of you. Sometimes when the wind blows, you can see the mountains and all the way to Malibu. Everyone's a star here in L.A. County. You ought to see the things that they do. All the cowboys down on the Sunset Strip, they wish that they could be like you. Santa Monica Freeway sometimes makes a country girl blue. You're the reason God made Oklahoma. You're the reason God made Oklahoma. And I'm sure missing you. I worked 10 hours on a John Deere tractor, thinking of you all day. I got a calico cap and a 2-room flat on a street in West Deep Pier. Whoa! You're the reason God made Oklahoma. You're the reason God made Oklahoma. And I'm sure missing you. And I'm sure missing you.
And that was Paddy Tatai. He was always doing crazy things like adding words to our songs, so I just thought I'd add De Pere in because that's where I live. Paddy, my brother, you were always there. And I think on behalf of Jim, I'm going to miss you, man. Love you.
On behalf of Liz Hessler, she's in Houston, Texas at her family reunion, so she sent something to me and asked me to read it. Like I said, if people know her, if she was here, she'd still make me read it. So this is what she wrote. Paddy arrived at Austin Straubel Airport and saw a woman looking lost. He could tell the woman was of ethnic background and wondered if she was Hawaiian. He asked the lady, "Are you waiting for someone?" The woman responded, "My daughter." Paddy asked her what her daughter's name was, and she responded, "Liz Hessler." After laughing a bit, Paddy called me and said, I'm with a beautiful woman at the airport and she's waiting for you to pick her up. That was Paddy, always caring for those around him, always lending a helping hand, even if he'd never laid eyes on you before. I won't go into how he has touched my life, but he embedded in my heart and soul a sense of caring for those around me, even those that can make life challenging. Most of you are probably in this room. You know who you are. He truly was proud of his heritage, his family, and has left a permanent mark on my life, and I think all of us who know him, I want to salute him, thank him for being patient with me, and promise him I will always cherish what he's left behind. They say that tears are a river that take you somewhere. Then I will cry every time I hear a Hawaiian steel guitar, watch Polynesian dancing, or listen to Dennis tell a story too about your crazy antics together. I hope my tears and those who love you move us closer to the sea you will forever travel in. Until we meet again, my friend and teacher, Liz. Paddy has been a big part of our family. I didn't think I'd cry because I thought I did this enough already. The first time I met him, it was Easter Sunday and I had to work, and Dennis asked me to go over and meet his best friend. So I went over and Paddy made me a drink. Okay, I'm not a big drinker. Paddy made me a drink, I had that, and he made me another drink. I had to go to work, and when I finally got to work after Paddy's drinks, the captain, who was a very good friend of ours, looked at me and said, "Where have you been?" And I said, "I just met Paddy." He says, "You need to go home." So I knew I couldn't drive there to work, so I called Dennis at Paddy's and said, "Come back and pick me up," because I couldn't work being drunk from Paddy's drinks. So then years and years of playing the music and shows, anytime with him I always knew I would laugh and have some really good laughs no matter what. So the one time that I laughed so hard because I'd get in trouble because Paddy would get me laughing during the shows, and then Dennis would get all pissed off at me because I was laughing and he didn't know why, and then Paddy would say something slick again and I'd crack up. But we were singing the one time and it was a Maori song, and I started singing and Paddy walks up and takes the guitar and shoves it into my side and says, "Move over, I want the mic, this is my island." As he started singing it, he forgot the words. And I, of course, cracked up laughing and snorted and had to turn around, and Dennis turned and got all pissed again. Because no matter what, Paddy would get you laughing, and so just his, like you said, his personality and the charm, and I always knew that no matter what, I'd have good laughs with him. It's really going to be hard not having him around. We really love you guys and glad that we're family.
Aloha. We have a group called South Pacific Sounds. Paddy coordinates most of the music, and we came out real good. And these are some of the dancers that I haven't seen them for a long time, but now what? Tahi, Rua, Toru, Fa. Tanui te arawa, matau tua, taki tiu urauko, toko marue, me a te aro. Awaka, e ara, mo o tupuna e. e fitu e tarune. Hoia, hoia, ra. E tanui te arawa, mātautua. Hoia, ra. Ka titilu kura haupo, tokomaru e. E a te aru. Ngā waka e mei, hoia, ra. O tupuna e. Tahiru a toropa. Yahweh. Okay, we're going to end it up with the Hawaiian farewell song. I'm sure everybody's aloha oe. Hello. Aloha oe, aloha oe, e ke o na ola noho, I ka lipo, one fond embrace, before we now depart, until we meet again. Aloha oe, aloha oe, e ke o na no, I ka ipo, one fond embrace, before we now depart, until we meet again.
Kia ora tātou katoa. No mai, haere mai, haere mai koutou. Haere mai tēnei whare, I tēnei rā, I te tangihana. O tātou e hoa, e hoa aroha. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's a little welcome in Maori. We say, aloha, aloha, talofa. How about a big aloha out there? Aloha. Ah, that's beautiful. Paddy would love it. He would love it. He loved everybody to take part in things, you know. Well, as Stephen said, my name is Mary, and when I heard that I wouldn't be able to call Paddy anymore and tell him how rotten his packers were, I sat down and I wrote some figures down. And I said to myself, this can't be right. It can't be right. Because the bottom line said it ran from 50 to 55. I said, I can't be that old. But those are the years that I have known this man. I mean, really, you look at yourself and you say, 55 years that you've known somebody. Oh, there's so much water under the bridge. I actually first met Paddy when I was in my 20s. He was the first person of the Maori High Five that I did meet. He came up and actually you heard somebody talk about talent quests in New Zealand, and they were, you know, I didn't know anybody in the group. I hadn't a clue who any of them were, but he was the first one I met. And that meeting, it changed my life forever. And, you know, it wasn't immediately, but later I joined these boys. I joined Paddy and the rest of the boys. And they were just marry kids from the country, like me. I'm a country girl, milking cows, slopping the pig, catching the horses if you can, hitting the dogs, because they aren't behaving. We were all from little towns. But you know, the one thing that brought us all together was first of all, our Maori tanga, that's Maori people, and our love of music. And these boys, you know, I was one girl and 6 guys. And you might say, gee, that's tough. That's tough. But for me, it was the most wonderful experience of my life. And from those 6 guys, one girl had tremendous love, and most of all, tremendous respect. I think it's a word that's been lost today. But it was family. It was a very, 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 very special family. I never heard these boys cuss in all the years that I was with them. Not one cuss word did I ever hear. In fact, we met a fellow who was a liaison for us and the people we were working for, and he used some cuss words. The boys went to him and said, excuse me, that's not the sort of language you use in front of a woman. I felt so good. I felt so good. But that's their hearts and their aloha. Just a couple of little stories. We arrived in Finland, the backside of nowhere. We were guests of the Finnish Air Force. And we were tired and hungry, and we just arrived, and a boy said, oh, we're going to get changed, we've got to meet this guy, he's the liaison. We actually were guests of the Finnish Air Force. They met the liaison man. I said, okay, you guys go. They said, we'll be in the restaurant, we'll be at that table down there. I said, I've just got to change my clothes, I'll be right there. I'm so hot and sticky and awful. Well, they were in this hall. It's not quite as big as this one, but they're all sitting at the table with the liaison officer. I think, if I remember rightly, his name was Alan. So I'm going, oh God, I'm late, I'm sorry. So I walked down to the table, and that liaison officer stood up as I approached the table. Him and those boys that were sitting at the table, they all stood up. And then afterwards they said to me, never to stand up because you're coming to the table. But you know what? From every day hence, whenever they were at a table and the lady came to the table, they stood up. They were such, it was learning for us, it was growing up. And I'll never forget that. A couple of little stories, if you'll forgive me, Sylvia. You know, Paddy did all the driving in Europe, wherever we were. Paddy was the driver. And I suppose you could say I was his wingman. It was my job to find the beer that was under the seats, flip up the lid if it was a can, push up a piece of wire if it was a bottle. That was my job. So we're driving along late at night, somewhere in a road that had no lights, no nothing. We're screaming in the car to get to the next gig. Paddy said, Betty, I want to light my cigarette. Get me the cigarette lighter. So I put my hand out here and I went, whoop, and I shut off the lights of the car. And he went, oh, you better do that again and try one more time to find the cigarette lighter. So Sylvia, we could have been in heaven already. But Paddy kept his cool, and he handled things. Another story. We were in Paris. We all stayed in a little hotel, they call them pensionettes, but they're little hotels. And fortunately, there were a few little restaurants and bars quite close to that hotel. And of course, we would always be in there. We would be singing and playing a jukebox. If anybody knows what a jukebox is, if you remember. The young people won't, but you stick some money in and you get a song. And in Europe, you could actually get a little picture of the person who was playing the music. So that's what we used to do while we're waiting to go to our next gig. So we're drinking, having fun. And that's about all I remember until I woke up the next morning. I'm lying in bed. I think it's my room. I've got this kind of heavy something on me. I look at it. It's a coat. And before I even raised my head, I could hear heavy breathing over here. And I said, "Oh my God, Mary, what have you done?" I look over. It's him. It's him. He brought me home, put me to bed, took off his coat, put it on me, and then fell asleep. That's how he looked after me. All the boys looked after me. But we have a special bond. He and one of the boys who can't be here, and Sylvia's going to read you a little message from the other guy in the band. It was the time of my life. I loved every minute. I love these boys very, very dearly. And we all had a very, very, very special bond. And of course, Paddy, myself, and Kawana, that was extra special. Extra special. And Sylvia will let you know what Kawana and his family have to say. I'd like to read to you some thoughts from the members of the group. It would be Kawana, Wes, and Peter, and myself, the last remaining members, or not the last, but the members of the Maori High Five that are still here on this earth. And I'm going to read it in Paddy's tongue, Paddy's language, my language, and I'm going to give a little explanation in English, because we want you to know what we thought about that man there. Ka koto mai e Paddywhack. Kua oki tō tina nai, I ngā tāhua o tēnei ao. Lie there, Paddywhack. You are now at rest from the obligations of this world. I ngā āhuatanga o tēnei ao. The obligations of this world. Haere atu koe ki te huarahi. Ko takahia e o tātou matua tupuna. Go forth on the pathway trodden by our ancestral relatives before you. O tātou matua tupuna. Those are our ancestral relatives before you. Haere atu koe I rātou mā. Kua tū hono nei koutou I te aoa wairua. Go to them all and join them in the spiritual world. Nei koutou I te ao wairua. Haere atu koe ki te torona o iho. Go forth to the throne of Jehovah. Waihotia mai tō whanau I kone. Kei roto hoki I Aotearoa, tani hotu hotu ai. Leave behind your family. Tō whanau I kone. Your whanau, whanau, incidentally, is the Maori word for family, relative. And of course, you know, if you know a Maori, you're immediately whanau. So it's lovely to read all this whanau. So we say, leave behind your family here in the US. Tō whanau I kone mei here, as well as those in Aotearoa. Hoki I Aotearoa, tani hotu hotu ai. Kia kaha te whanau. Sylvia, Mark, and Stephen, have strength. Family, kia kaha, kia kaha, kia kaha. Waihotia mā te matua, nui I te rangi koutou, e tiaki, e manaki, I ngā rā keite. Haere, haere, haere atu rā. May our Father in heaven bless you all in the days that are ahead of you. Eddie?
Moi mai e ho ama I po moe ngā roa raro I te rata mo ke ai.
Love you, Paddy.
Is there anyone else that would like to say anything? Okay. All right. Come on up, Mindy. Daughter. No. Lanin, I'll come over here. I know she's feeling how everyone is being and wants to express that, but it is difficult. She's very close with her papa. So now that we've paid our tributes, we're going to begin sending Dad home. I'd like to bring up Mark Goss again from the Green Bay Community Church, and we'll begin our closing prayers.
Let's pray. Father, thanks for today. Thanks for the celebration that we've all been privileged to be a part of. Thank you for Paddy. Thank you for his family. As he is welcomed home to you, may we receive comfort in the days without him here. We thank you for how you've impacted all of our lives through Paddy, through all of the various ways that we're all connected to him and now all connected to each other. Thank you for this time. Thank you for the celebration of his life. And we just lift up the rest of today in your son's name. Amen.
My darling, you just have the most wonderful life. And I think you just loved every moment of it. But as Mary said, the leader of your Maori High Five group, Kawana. You always like to have the last word. He states that he will miss the greeting you always gave him when he phoned. Kia ora hoki tu whānau, which is hi and how's your family. And he will miss that greeting from you every time he thinks of you when he gets a call. But here's a Shakespearean type of quote from his lovely wife, Liz. A man never dies as long as his name is spoken. We shall miss you, brother. Aharonui, and God bless. And I want to thank you for being here because I know you all wanted to be here to say farewell to Paddy, your friend, your colleague, and most of all, our family. I'd like to thank Carl for helping us arrange this beautiful farewell to you, and also to Kathy and Lisa, who did a wonderful job arranging your family photographs. Goodbye, my darling. I will never forget you. I will always love you. Goodbye.
E toe mātau matua I tarangi. Kia tapu tau I ngoa. Kia tai mai toe rangatiratanga. Kia me tia tau e pai. Ai kionga e te whenua. Kia rite anoki I tō te rangi. O mai ki mātau ai nei he taro māmatau mō tēnera. Murua o mātau hara. Mea mātau hoki e murune. O te hunga e hare ana kia mātau. Aua hoki mātau e kawea kia whakawaia, engari whakoranga mātau I te kino. Nā hoki te rangatira tana. Te kaha, me tokoro ria, ake, ake ake. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Amen. Thank you very much.
O Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the works thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. For God you're mine, Toribeka kia, Tia ho mai, Taroto I te po. Hey,